Hi everybody, my name is Chris and I'm an electrician with Power-Tek Group, and I'm here today to go over our aerial devices policy as part of our ongoing series on Power-Tek's safe work practices. Let's get to it. This policy applies anytime you're working on or around an elevated work platform and is intended to ensure the safe use of these platforms for every worker on our job sites. This includes scissor lifts, boom lifts, bucket trucks, or any other mechanically powered or assisted device for lifting a person. Most of you will already be familiar with scissor lifts, but there are many other kinds of lifts that we use at Power-Tek. There should always be somebody available to assist the operator from the ground. This person will not always be a Power-Tek employee, and as oftentimes specialized rentals come with specifically trained safety workers. These workers, though, should always be included when it comes to planning for safety and making preparations. Before we get on any lifts, there are several things we have to consider. First of all, who is going to be working on or around the lifts? Is the operator trained on the equipment and up to date on their working at heights? Are they wearing their proper fall arrest PPE and has it been inspected? Are they alert and ready to work? And the spotter, are they wearing their proper PPE? Very specifically, do they have a hard hat? Are they alert and ready to work? And before stepping on any lifts, you should always have a safety talk. This safety talk should include reviewing the rescue plan and how to lower the lift from the ground. Should include a hazard checklist and the manufacturer's recommendations for maintenance, safety, and use. We should also include an inspection of the work area. Is our ground level? Is the floor firm enough to support the lift in the case of loose soil? Are there any pits, drains, or lips that could be a hazard? Are we working on or near a roadway? And what is the safest place or path to move the lift in an event of a problem? Overhead as well as a factor. Are there any cables or hanging hazards to be aware of? And are we working near any live overhead conductors? And if we are, what is their restricted approach, limited approach limit, and what is the flash hazard boundary? We also should be preparing our work area. We should define the work area using barriers, pylons, rope lines, and or signage to try to restrict access and warn other workers that a lift is being used. We should mark any hazards on the ground with barriers, lifts, pylons, or rope lines to prevent the lift from coming into contact with the hazard. This is mandatory for safe approach distances from live conductors or equipment. Next, we should prepare the lift itself. This includes inspecting the lift for any safety deficiencies. If something is broken on the lift, you should contact your supervisor to have it repaired properly before proceeding, and never modify or defeat safety features on lifts. You should also prepare any tools or material on the ground to limit how much work must be done on the lift. Lower any stabilizers, outriggers, or booms that the lift may need to safely operate as well. While you're using the lift, we should always be looking in the direction that we are moving. We should only get on or off the lift when it is completely lowered, never climb from one lift to another while aloft, and in the case of mechanically operated ladders, only one person may ever use the lift at a time, and no one should be on it while raising or lowering the ladder. Under this policy, each of us have our own set of responsibilities. Supervisors are to provide workers with instruction, tools, and equipment to safely perform the work. Ensure that the company's safe work practices are being adhered to, and ensure that all necessary signage is available to prevent unauthorized personnel from entering the workplace, as well as educate workers on the manufacturer's usage, safety, and maintenance recommendations. Workers are responsible for knowing the rules and following them, and complying with Power-Tek's safe work practices. You should always follow the buddy system and be prepared to educate or challenge your buddy's work habits, and also be willing to accept feedback on your own work habits from your buddy or your supervisor. You should participate in evaluating hazards, posting signage, and preventing unauthorized personnel from entering the workplaces, as well as inspect and wear all of your own required PPE. This concludes our review of Power-Tek's aerial device policy and procedure. I feel safer already, and I hope you do too. Remember that we just want everybody to go home safe at the end of the day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.